Had to edit the imprint, change the life path. A core concept for modifying your subconscious mind. Update the meaning, not just the behavior. If you've been enjoying subconscious loops, here's the next core concept that gives you the greatest leverage. Your subconscious doesn't run your life based on what happened. It runs your life based on what it concluded. That conclusion is the imprint, and the imprint is what repeats. So when people try to change their lives by forcing new habits, they often feel like they're wrestling themselves because they're trying to change the surface behavior while the deeper program, the conclusion, is still running underneath. This article teaches you a powerful practical core concept. Modify the subconscious by editing the emotional imprint of a trigger. In plain language, you don't just add new thoughts. You may update the old meaning. Your system is still treating as true. When the meaning changes, your automatic reactions change. When your automatic reactions change, your life changes. We're going to build this into a simple, repeatable loop you can practice calmly, safely, and consistently. 1. What the subconscious really is: a prediction engine. Your subconscious mind is like a behind the scenes system that constantly asks, what is likely to happen next? What should I do to stay safe? What should I expect from people? What's normal for me? What's dangerous? What's possible? It doesn't wait for you to think through things logically. It predicts, it triggers emotions, it pushes behaviors, it protects its model of reality. That's why you can consciously want one thing, but the moment you feel pressure, you default to the old pattern because the subconscious doesn't run on logic, it runs on learned conclusions. Those conclusions often sound like, if I slow down, I'll fall behind. If I say no, I'll be rejected. If I try, I'll fail. If I succeed, people will resent me. It's safer to hide. I can't trust myself. These aren't always conscious thoughts. They're more like felt rules, and rules create reflexes. And 2. The core concept: your life repeats your strongest imprint. An imprint is a stored emotional learning. It's the combination of a trigger, a body state, a conclusion, a behavior, a reinforcement. That's a loop. Here's a very common imprint loop: trigger, body, story, behavior, reinforcement. Trigger: you sit down to work. Body: tight chest, rushy adrenaline. Story: this is too much, I'm behind, I won't do it right. Behavior: scroll, snack, avoid. I'll start later. Reinforcement: relief. Brain learns. Avoidance equals safety. Notice what's really being reinforced, not laziness. Relief: the subconscious is always loyal to what reduces pain fastest. So if you want to change the loop, you don't only fight the behavior, you update the imprint, which means you update the meaning the body and brain have learned to attach to the trigger. Hammer 3. Why positive thinking often fails. A lot of people try to overwrite old imprints by repeating optimistic phrases while their body is still braced, but the subconscious gives more authority to body state, emotion, repetition, proof, familiarity. If your body is in threat mode and you say, I am safe and confident, your system often responds, nice try. So what works better? A believable update delivered while the memory trigger is active, with calm present. That's the heart of deep subconscious modification. I activate the old pattern lightly, bring calm, install a new meaning, take a tiny confirming action. This is not hype, it's training. Paragraph 4. The edit window principle. Here's the key idea. Haha. Your subconscious updates fastest when the old program is active. You introduce a new experience that contradicts it. You can think of it like updating a file on your computer. If the file is closed, you can't really change it. If the file is open, you can edit it. The open file moment is when you feel the old trigger arise, the old emotion starts, the old story starts. That's when your subconscious program is running. And if, in that moment, you bring a different state and a different meaning, your system can update the program. This is why practicing calm only when life is already calm helps. But practicing calm while a trigger is active, transforms your life. 5. The most important skill, gentle activation. We're not trying to overwhelm you. Overwhelm reinforces the old imprint. So we use a gentle activation, a mild trigger, a short exposure, a controlled practice. This is a powerful way to retrain your subconscious while staying kind to your nervous system. If you have significant trauma or feel flooded easily, it's wise to do this work with a qualified therapist. Still, the method below can be used in a gentle, everyday way for normal stress loops. Number 6. The core loop to modify your subconscious. The A.C.T method. Here's a core loop you can learn and use forever. Activate the old pattern. C. Calm the body first. Turn the meaning. A tiny action that matches the update. Proof. Let's break down each piece. Step A. Activate. You intentionally bring up the trigger just enough to feel the beginning of the old loop. Examples. Opening the task you avoid, thinking about the conversation you dread, looking at the bank app for 10 seconds, remembering a recent moment that sparked shame or urgency. You're not trying to suffer. You're just opening the file. Goal. Notice the first 10% of the pattern, not the full storm, just the first breeze. Step C. Calm. Now you send safety signals. Here are 3 calm options. Calm option 1, the 1 exhale drop. Exhale slowly as if fogging a mirror. Drop shoulders. Unclench jaw. That's it. Calm option 2, longer out than in. Inhale gently for 4. Exhale for 6. Repeat 3 times. Calm option 3, hand to heart. Put one hand on your chest. Feel warmth, pressure. Let the exhale soften the body. Why calm first? Because the subconscious learns what you practice in your body. Calm makes you teachable. Step T, turn the meaning. Now you choose a sentence that updates the old conclusion. Important, not cheesy, not extreme. Believable. Here are examples of turn sentences. This feeling is old programming, not a prophecy. I can do one small step and still be safe. I don't need urgency to produce. I'm allowed to take my time. It's safe to be consistent. I can be calm and still be effective. You're not trying to convince yourself of a fantasy, you're installing a new rule, and rules create new reflexes. Step U, use a tiny action. This is where change becomes real. Your subconscious believes behavior more than words, so you do a tiny action that matches the new meaning. Examples. Work for 2 minutes, send the message, clean up one small area, upload one listing photo, write one paragraph, create one thumbnail draft, take one practical step toward money order. This is not about crushing it. This is about training your system. I can stay calm and move. Step P. Proof. Write one sentence. I felt the urge to spiral and I returned to calm. I did the next right step for 2 minutes. I didn't worship urgency. I led myself. This is not fluff. This is an identity installation. Proof is how your subconscious stops arguing and starts accepting. 7. Why this works. You're changing the rule beneath the reaction. Most people try to fight the reaction, but the reaction is just the output. This method changes the input, the meaning assigned to the trigger, the body state during the trigger, the behavior that follows the trigger, the reward the brain receives. Do this repeatedly, and your subconscious updates its prediction. This situation is not dangerous. I can handle it calmly. That is life-changing. 8. How to find the right imprint to edit. Pick one area where you want change. Calm and emotional steadiness, consistency and follow-through, money and security habits, relationships and boundaries, confidence and self-trust, sleep and nighttime overthinking. Then identify your top 3 triggers. in that area. Example for consistency: 1. Sitting down to start work. 2. Seeing a big to-do list. 3. Feeling behind after a missed day. Example for money calm: 1. Opening bank app. 2. Unexpected expense. 3. Thinking about future uncertainty. Example for relationships: 1. Someone uses guilt. 2. Someone ignores your boundary. 3. A conflict conversation is needed. Now rate each trigger 0-10 intensity. Choose a 1-3-5 intensity trigger first. You want manageable, you want repeatable. 9. The tiny mismatch principle. To update a subconscious imprint, you need a mismatch. A moment where your system expects the old outcome, but you deliver something different. Example mismatch moments: you feel the rush, and you slow down anyway. You feel the fear, and you do the smallest action anyway. You feel the urge to people please, and you pause. You feel the urge to scroll, and you breathe first. You feel shame, and you treat yourself with respect instead. That mismatch is like tapping the subconscious on the shoulder and saying, "New information." And the subconscious loves new information when it's delivered with calm. Now 10. 4 turn sentences. You can rotate. Here are 4 powerful, non-cheesy turns that work across many triggers. 1. This is an old alarm. I don't have to obey it. 2. I can do this in small steps and still be safe. 3. Calm is my advantage. 4. I return to steady, then I choose. Use one that feels true. The best sentence is the one your body doesn't fight. 11. Examples: editing common subconscious imprints. Example A, the urgency imprint. Old rule: if I'm not rushing, I'll fall behind. New rule: I perform better from steady. Open the task you've avoided. Feel the rush. C, one slow exhale. Drop shoulders. T, I don't need urgency to produce. U, work for 2 minutes only. P, I stayed calm and moved forward. Repeat daily. Within a week, the task begins to feel less threatening. Example: B, the avoidance imprint. Old rule: if I start, I'll fail or get overwhelmed. New rule: starting small is safe. A, look at the first step of the project. HM 3 breaths. T, I only need the next right step. O, do the next step for 120 seconds. P, I started small and I'm fine. Your subconscious learns. Start, idio safe. Example C, the people-pleasing imprint. Old rule: if I say no, I'll lose love. New rule: my boundaries protect my peace. A. Think about a request you don't want to do. Hand to heart. Yet. My no is allowed. You. Draft a simple boundary message. Beep. I honored myself. When you can try to draft the boundary calmly, you're already rewiring the imprint. Example D, the shame imprint. Old rule: if I'm imperfect, I'm unworthy. New rule: I can be imperfect and still respected, especially by me. A, recall a recent cringe moment lightly. Yeah, exhale plus relax face. I'm human, I learn, I move on. You, do one action that a self-respecting person would do. Piscien, I treated myself with dignity. Shame dissolves when dignity becomes your reflex. 12. The 10-minute daily practice. Here's a simple daily structure that builds change fast. Minute 1-2, choose your target trigger. Ask, what moment today tends to run me? Minute 3-4, activate lightly. Bring up the trigger just enough to feel the beginning of the pattern. Hacks minute 5-6, calm, use your preferred calm method. Minute 7-8, turn, say your believable turn sentence 3 times slowly. Minute 9, use. Take a 60 120 second action that matches the new program. Size, minute 10. Proof. Write one sentence. Today I returned to calm and did ag. Do this daily for 7 days on the same trigger, then choose the next trigger. This is how you stack wins and build a new operating system. 13. The proof list is not optional. If you want your subconscious to adopt the new identity, you must feed it evidence. Your subconscious is like, show me, so you show it. Every day, write 3 proofs. I paused before reacting. I started for 2 minutes. I didn't chase reassurance. I slowed down on purpose. I chose calm, then action. After 14 days, you will have a record of your new identity. And identity is the deepest subconscious program. Our 14. Common mistakes that weaken subconscious editing. Mistake 1. Choosing triggers that are too intense. Fix. Work with 3 to 5, 10 triggers first. Build capacity gradually. Mistake 2. Trying to turn with unrealistic statements. Fix. Use believable language. I'm learning to. I can do one step. Mistake 3. Skipping the body calm. Fix. Calm is the doorway. No calm, no update, just repetition of stress. Mistake 4. No tiny action. Fix. Behavior is the receipt. Your subconscious trusts receipts. Hamshat. Mistake 5. No proof capture. Fix. Proof turns an experience into identity. Have 15. The deeper layer, your subconscious changes through respect, not pressure. Here's something most people miss. Your subconscious doesn't flourish under inner bullying. If your inner voice is harsh, you reinforce threat. So a core part of modifying your subconscious is learning to lead yourself with calm authority. Clear, kind, steady, consistent. Not dramatic, not punishing, not frantic, just steady leadership. When your system senses you're safe with yourself, it becomes easier to change. Number 16. A powerful identity anchor for this core concept. You asked before for identity scripts, so here's one that matches this imprint editing approach. When an old trigger shows up, I calm my body, update the meaning, and take one small step forward. It's believable because it doesn't claim perfection. It's powerful because it defines a repeatable process. Read it daily. You're teaching your subconscious your new method of living. 17. A week 1 plan. Days 1 to 2. Map your triggers. Write 3 triggers and rate them 0 to 10. Hagshwayas. Days 3 to 6. Edit 1 mild trigger. Use A.C.T once per day. Day 7. Review and choose the next trigger. Look at your proof list. Circle the strongest win. Decide your next target. You're building a subconscious habit of returning. And that is the real superpower. 18. What success feels like. Subconscious change often shows up quietly at first. You pause sooner. You recover faster. The urge to avoid gets weaker. You feel less pulled by the old loop. You start doing small actions without debate. You feel steadier even when life is messy. That's the imprint updating. Don't wait for a huge external miracle to decide it's working. When your automatic response changes, your life is already changing. 19. The essence of the core concept. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Activate the pattern, bring calm, update the meaning, take a tiny step, record the proof, repeat. That is subconscious modification in real life. That is how you become someone new without fighting yourself.